Another actor has came out with a lawsuit against Tyler Perry Studios, this time aimed at his senior vice president. We're going to get into it after a word from today's sponsor. And today's sponsor comes by way of MedLeaf Dispensary, recreational and adult use dispensary, providing all your CBD and hemp flower needs. If you are in the Atlantic County or New Jersey area, check my people out. 201 Philadelphia Avenue, A Carpet City, New Jersey, 08215. Good people in there. Tell them Viral Hip Hop News sent you. Let's get to work. All right, so like I alluded to, actor Braxton Wells is suing Senior Vice President of Tyler Perry Studios, Mark Swinton of RAPE. Now, I'm going to pull up the headline real quick. That's what I'm doing right now. Let me stop this and pop this on. Here we go. Bang. All right. Actor Braxton Wells, like I said, is accusing Tyler Perry Studios SVP Mark Swinton of RAPE. Now, this is the second lawsuit coming by way of Tyler Perry Studios within the last month and a half or so. You see the article by way of Vibe magazine, but instead of reading that article, why not hear it from the horse's mouth himself? Braxton Wells dropped a very lengthy video highlighting this situation, talking about his reasonings behind it. It's rather lengthy. It's about 24 plus minutes long. Not going to play it in its entirety. We'll play the most important parts. Haven't listened to it, we'll listen to it together. If you haven't heard it, we're going to listen to it for the first time together. So hopefully he gets right to the shits, but I'll play about 7-8 minutes, or if it goes beyond that, it'll be because the conversation is relevant to this story in particular. So I'm going to go ahead and put on Braxton Wells, and we're going to listen to him together and go ahead and deem a opinion on what we hear. Let's get to work.
I'm not about to hide anything with you guys. I'm not. And I'm not about to sit here and be afraid and be silenced by people knowingly they did me wrong. I'm calling out Tyler Perry Studios. I'm calling out Mark Swinton. I'm calling out Genie Harrison. I'm calling out Michael Robbins. I'm calling out Tyler Perry. And I'm calling out Mark Temple. And I'm calling out Chris Giovanni. I want you guys to know what you guys did to me was very unlawful. And me being a retired vet, U.S. Army vet, going through post traumatic stress disorder, going through mood, depressions, everything that I've claimed in my testimony, you all covered it up. You all covered up a felony crime of what Mark Swinton has done to me. I've asked for help from the California State Bar to complain to Genie Harrison because she didn't tell me my California rights as a U.S. Army veteran and a California LA resident. I'm sitting here looking on the news that this kid named Derek Dixon is getting unlimited jurisdiction quit pro as a LA resident, right? His incident happened in 2020 in Georgia in an employment place. He said he had a sexual harassment, and he was groped by Tyler Perry in Georgia as an employment place. But he's an LA resident. All right, y'all tracking what I'm saying? 2022, my incident. I get sexually assaulted and raped, drugged, blacked out. That's a felony crime. And it happened in Georgia as an LA resident. So if you guys don't know the laws in Georgia, this is what they put against me. They said I had 2 years of a statute of limitation. I got 5 months late. 2 years of statute of limitation, right? Now let's go back to Derek Dixon. 2020, Same incident, but just a different, he has sexual harassment. That's way before statute of limitation, right? 2 years, right? That's what, 4, 5 years? And he gets a lawsuit with his attorney, Jonathan Delshad. Jonathan Delshad gets him a $260 million lawsuit. And it's all over TMZ, it's all over Fox, it's all over every news outlet that you can name, right? Every news outlet. But my civil attorney. Now let's go on a story how all this stuff happened to me ever since I came out with my first video, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, Mr. TP, I'm not afraid of none of y'all. I'm not afraid of none of your lawyers. I'm not even part of this business, entertainment business anymore. You're gonna get exposed. Me being with Yahweh Elohim, Yahshua the Messiah, I am covered, and I'm about to expose every demon that is literally possessing you right now. I met a guy who's my manager named Chris Giovanni. Now I was, I had an agent out in Atlanta. Her name is Joy Purvis. Everybody knows Jake Purvis, of course. You know, and I told her I was going to go to this guy named Chris Giovanni. And Joy told me, "Oh no, you shouldn't go to him. He's a bad guy. He's not going to be the right manager for you." So I'll say this: I meet Chris. I get signed. You know, he wanted to have dinner. He wanted to meet up at Mama Shelter in Los Angeles. Mama Shelter is closed right now. It's closed down, but that's where me and him met up at, and we had a conversation. So I told him about my situation. Like, I was just telling him what I went through. And, I went through the whole Tyler Perry situation with Mark Swinton and what he did to me, paying me $6,000 to shut the hell up, to not ruin my career, his career, or anything like that. And, you know, I told him about the situation I went through, me being sexually assaulted and raped. And he told me, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I had the same client that went through that, and all my clients who are on working with Tyler, you know, they're going through a lot of stress, and people are taking advantage of his clients. Even somebody, a female lead right now, I think her name is Melissa, who's on Ruthless, is saying the same thing, that she's ready to leave Tyler Perry too. But that's another side of the story. I'm not even talking about that right now. He was the one that kind of orchestrated everything and told me, "I think you need to report this. I think you need to say something." Because I've been holding on for this for 2 years. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know who to go to. Being an actor, as y'all all know, it's a hard situation to go through. This is your life. This is what you want. This is your career. This is your dream, right? This is all that you want. But then, you know, you got somebody that you trust, your manager, that's going to support you in this. And he's like, I'm gonna help you, but I need you to, when I do tip off this guy, and he's talking about Mark Temple, who's Tyler Perry's attorney. But yeah, but let's keep going. He tips Mark Temple's attorney and told him, "Hey, I have a client that's going through the situation. What you want me to do with this?" So Mark Temple tips off Tyler. As I quote, Tyler was pissed, right? Tyler was pissed. And that's all I hear from, you know, Chris. And Chris was telling me, they're going to have a third party attorney that's going to contact you, and they're going to do, it's going to be normal, and they're going to ask you, "Hey, we've been hired for Tyler Perry Studios to do a employment place investigation." But Tyler's going to know about all the information. He's going to know about what's happening, about all the accusations, right? Okay, so let's get to the nice things here. So Chris tells me, "Hey, just tell them that I try to send you an audition for Straw and this and that, and because I don't want to be having a conflict of interest. Because I have clients, they're making about $100,000 each episode. I mean, well, they're making their client. His client is making 1 million, but he's making $100,000 on each client. And I'm pretty sure he has, like, he told me it was like 3 clients that he had on there. But anyway, that's like the moral of the story. But he told me to lie for him. That's red flag number one. He's been working for Tyler for what, since he was 18. I think the guy's like 32 now. I can't even, I'm not really good at math, but pretty sure that's what, almost 13 years. I'm not really good at math, but that's a very long time. The guy knows the guy very well. So I'm going through the investigation, right, guys? Michael Robbins sends me a message. He has this other paralegal that's typing up all my stuff. Okay, she's listening to everything in my whole testimony. I tell her everything. I tell her everything what happens. I even got the testimony written out and everything. I literally have everything. So I'm over here trying to figure out. Okay, should I get an attorney? I don't know what to do. This just doesn't seem right, right? So I'm trying to figure out to get an attorney. I let Chris know I want to get an attorney. The dude gets pissed off, talking about you don't need to get an attorney. You're just gonna cause problems and all this and blah blah blah. We can't have this happen. And I'm just like, well, I need to be protected because I don't know what these guys are gonna do. They're gonna manipulate me. These guys are very powerful. They're billionaires. They can do anything. I don't have shit. I ain't got money like them. I don't have shit. I don't got nothing like them. I'm just trying to take down the person who sexually assaulted and raped me. That's the person I'm trying to take down. But here, it gets even much better. While I'm looking for an attorney, I'm looking for entertainment lawyers to try to see who's connected in the business that can really help me out in this situation because I don't have anybody. I have a case, but everybody's not trying to take on my case because it's so political. People don't want to ruin their reputation. And I don't know why people don't. I just feel like it's just so stupid how this entertainment business runs. These people are sitting here like, oh, I'm not trying to mess up my political rep, if I take on the case
He
like
says it
this.
gets worse. I'm
And then
trying to
they
wait
just
till it gets
ruin me.
worse to
Who
start
gives a
talking.
shit, man? You got a person over here that's been
Give him a couple
sexually
more minutes.
assaulted. That's a felony crime. Let me say that again. That is a felony crime. Okay? Vulnerable, PTSD, 100% disabled veteran that is going through it. And to be honest with you, I'm federally protected. But I'll get better. I'll continue that story better on to my story when I'm trying to tell you. I'm looking for an entertainment lawyer. There's this guy named Doug Johnson. Doug Johnson, I don't know. I guess he deals with stuff like this with sexual assault. But he's like, this ain't my type of thing.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. I think we got the gist of what we're talking about here, and I could have been.
But I think I.
Oh, the next time I do this, we're gonna cook. But anyway, do you believe him? I'm gonna put that in the comment section first. Do you believe him? I'm kind of torn. I want to believe him. You can take it out. I want to believe him. I think that his story and how he highlights it and the feeling that he has behind it is very genuine, right? I don't see him as coming off as lying. And it almost seems like the remaining of this video, he's going to be kind of doing more of the same and this kind of venting and just being frustrated and angry at the situation. But a couple things to the first 10 minutes that kind of I have questions about is, one, did you accept the $6,000 that was offered to you to shut up? And not that first off, that's not nearly enough if somebody drugged and raped you against your will. That's not nearly enough. And I'd have took the 6 racks too and told them they better be coming with a whole lot more. But was that accepted? What were the terms and the agreements behind that? And maybe you got to it in this video. And if somebody has watched this video in its entirety, and I'll probably eventually watch the video in its entirety once this video is complete, let me know in the comments, and let the people know in the comment section whether or not he articulates that, whether or not he agreed, and what were the terms behind that agreement. And it seems as though he had a real hard time in even trying to pursue this, because there was a litany of people within the entertainment industry, in particular lawyers, that were not very helpful in pursuing this case for him, which is very interesting. And like I said, the brother seems frustrated. He seems violated. He seems upset. So in that regard, I believe him more than I don't. But then on the other side, my other side of my intent is okay, this brother was an actor. This brother was, like he alludes to, a military veteran who is disabled military veteran who deals with PTSD, and who knows where that could take him. After seeing a situation with a gentleman prior to him putting a lawsuit on Tyler Perry Studios, in particular Tyler Perry, for an X amount, and him maybe not seeking the justice he deserved, turned up and turned this into something that isn't exactly what it was. I don't know. That is a small thinking that I have in this situation, kind of giving you a different direction and a different thought path as to maybe not why he's telling the truth, but a lot of me thinks that this is truthful, just kind of given, like I said, the feeling, that how genuine he is and how kind of pinpoint accurate he is on articulating particular moments that happen throughout the process that kind of you don't get to make up unless you're a good actor, which he was casted for a role, so he's not a bad one, right? So that's where I'm kind of thinking. That's my thinking in it. This video probably has another 15 minutes on it, so if you want to check it out, please do so. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the situation. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Sam Ant, CEO, the brand viral hip hop news. Till next time, till next story. I love each and every one of y'all. Love yours. We out. Peace.